Well, it seems I'm not going to beat the allegations anytime soon. Having some tech issues here. I just spent a few hours on making just a short little video for through CapCut just to play when I go to the bathroom on stream when I just need a little break, and tried to export it, like 10 minutes ago, and started. I couldn't do it. It says you need to upgrade to Pro, so I went and upgraded to Pro. I was like, all right, fine, I'll give you my money. I'll upgrade to Pro. I've spent the time on this video. I want to get it going, and I still can't export. I don't know what's going on. I can't export my video that I spent a couple hours on from CapCut. Super frustrating. And then I could not put up a screen here. I couldn't get my second screen to load, but it is back now. We are good. We are good to go. JJ Nico sounds pretty good. That is you. You don't really have that, do you? That hurts me. Maybe I can get it. If I can get it, then I'll be happy with it. What's going on, Bindles? What's going on, Charles, Matt? Yeah, apologies. I'm back. I'm here now. We're gonna draft. We're gonna get right into it. All right. Let's get into it. Let me find the right screen here. There we go. All right, let's do it. Love it. Love you didn't get it in your the draft right now, did you? JJ and Nico, that's unfair. All right. I'm entering a draft. How are we doing today? Got to check my location. There we go. We're in. 6 more. Come join me. I needed my nephew Bindles to help me with my CapCut issues. I know he would know how to do it. Seems dumb. Like, what? Why would he not let me export my video after I paid you? I paid for the product. I click export. It says, here are the pro features you're using. I know I'm using pro features. Arizona seems like a troll. Oh, Charles, I see. All right, we're in. I was meaning to start the stream by adjusting the ranks a little bit, and then just never got around to it because I was too flustered trying to. I get super frustrated when things don't work like I think they should. That's I don't know if that's it's an everybody trait. Maybe it's not just a boomer trait. I think it's just an everybody gets frustrated when things don't work the way we think they should. But like, I've used it before. I've been able to export videos in the past with no issue. So then it's like, okay, I've I guess reached my threshold. I need to pay you now. So I paid. Happy to pay. I just want it to work. Third spot here. Not mad at it. Billy in the fifth. Actually, I'm kind of mad at it. That is one of my least favorite places to draft right now. I prefer, I think, just being on the second half of the board, but really like the fifth or sixth spot are my favorites, I think, pretty easily right now. Jefferson's still my guy. You can kind of get a fall on him though. So like when I get the second or third spot now, I'm like, I mean, I'd like to just draft Jefferson, but I'd prefer to get him later and then get a better second round pick. So yeah, it's not my favorite spot to draft. Have not drafted any Phil Maffa. What team? I forget what team he's on. He's a running back, right? I don't know because he has not like reached my consciousness in the sense that I feel I need to think about drafting him. And I don't think he's really hurting anybody I have been drafting, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Is he on the Packers? Like, I have too much Marshawn Lloyd once again. I fell for it again award with Marshawn Lloyd. Guy just can't stay healthy. I forgive the appendix, but what's going on? All right, J Jets goes. I do have my this down here. I minimized it for a video I was making. Doing a little bit. All right, we'll go Bijan though. Gonna move this to the other side of the board so we can see my team. Apologies to Romo. All right, how we doing? Best start is JJ, AJ Brown, MHJ, Hurts, Daniels. You got Hurts and Daniels in the same draft in the 4th and 5th. That's interesting. And Debo, that's kind of cool. 40% likely would feel bad. I have not a ton of likely. Oh, Wade. Love to see it. Got the number 6 spot. Oh, he's on the Cowboys. Yeah, that makes sense. He got some coach pick. I missed that. All I've been noticing is the Kevontae Turpin, because that's all I want to see. Kevontae Turpin, RB1. I'm begging the Cowboys. I haven't drafted enough for that. What's up, FF Doom in the 7 hole? Yeah, that's the problem. JJ's fallen, but I keep on getting the 2 and 3. Like my least favorite spots on the board. I keep getting them. Likely was injured. No idea, because it's training camp. I think he was carted off, but like that doesn't really mean anything during training camp. So we'll have to wait and see if it's an actual serious injury. So Billy goes Lamb, Berglund goes Gibbs, and then FF Doom goes Collins. Yeah, not mad at any of those. I saw Neighbors also was hurt today in practice. I assume that he's okay because people aren't freaking out about it, it seems. Am I correct about that? His Neighbor's fine? There's been so much going on right now. Thank you. I'm a loser till I win the millie. It's VDF, right? I think I figured out that you are VDF based on seeing your name in a comment. But I might be misremembering. A name I've known a long time, but not this one. I posted yesterday on Twitter that I made the rare decision to pass on Puka at the 1.10, and he came back to me at the 2.3, which kind of shocked me. Kyle Dvorak just quote tweeted it. Says, give a DraftKings drafter 30 seconds to think and they will struggle. Give them 3 days to make a pick and they will literally implode. Yeah, didn't mind that one. Sadly, I have not gotten it that many times. I've not gotten a ton of second round Puka. I think this is my first share, I guess is a more accurate way to say that. Okay, yeah. Good to see you, VDF. Miles Sanders, I guess. I mean, I don't really want to be on any of the trains. I'm on the Kevontae Turpin train. I don't think I've played the Hall of Fame game DFS. I did content for 1 year for Stochastic. I think just 1 year, but I think I did play that year because I was hosting a show with Matt Gajeski. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll play. Since I'm, listening to it as I'm hosting. I think the background's a little bit too loud, maybe. What do you think? All right, we're on the clock. See, I have this start so many times. Actually, I guess I went Bijan instead of Saquon. So I do prefer the Bucky Bijan because it's different bye weeks. I hate it when I have Saquon and then Bijan's the clear best pick coming back. And it's like, all right, I give 2 running back week 9 buys already. I feel better about Bijan. I'm trying to think how he said how to say it. It's not Bijan, it's Bijan. I think it's just Bijan. I'll get there. Probably. I'll try. Pull up Mike Evans. You know what? Why not? That's a new one. Bucks versus Atlanta week 15. Sure. Let's do it. I don't think I'm giving up that many projected points there. I could be totally wrong, and maybe that was a dumb thing to do, but I like the idea. I've gotten this spot so many times recently, and I'm just... Yeah. I don't draft a ton of Mike Evans, if I'm being honest. Feels like he's probably close to an age cliff. The fact that they really had to like force him to get to 1,000 yards last year, like it was like a kind of a miracle that it got to 1,000 yards last year. You've done it twice. Yeah, I mean it's I don't hate it. If I were a bigger Mike Evans believer, I would be more like I'm probably not going to do it a ton. He's one that I usually don't take unless he falls to me a little bit, because of the concerns. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting idea. With the bonus points on DraftKings, do pocket passers become more valuable than other formats? It's a good question. Yes, if they are going to hit the bonus enough. So like, yeah, maybe Burrow becomes a little bit more valuable. It's sort of, there's a give and a take, because they've got 3-year bonus, but also now it's full PPR on DraftKings versus other sites. So that kind of offsets, I think. But it really is just the way people draft on DraftKings. You really need to focus on quarterbacks, because you just might miss them. They all get kind of pushed up. So then I think actually the running quarterbacks, I think, get even better. Because like quarterbacks don't hit the 300-yard bonus all that often. So I think the running backs just become that much more valuable, because the other quarterbacks get pushed closer to them. So like relatively where they're going in the draft, there's not as much separation where they're going. So then I'd rather just get the guys who are going to score more points more consistently. So I do think that like I really like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels on DraftKings. But like Burrow, I think that might apply to like Burrow, maybe Matthew Stafford. I guess I'd have to look up who are the quarterbacks that actually put up 300-yard passing games, more than a couple times per year. Because a lot of, pocket passers still don't hit 300 yards that frequently. I got the Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin duo at the 4-5 turn last week. That was fun. I was not mad at that. Highest exposed players. That is a good question. Yeah, Omarion, Nico. I think I've gotten that a couple times. I've been reaching for Omarion pretty frequently. I think I'm going to back off just a little bit. I've been taking him at like 29, 30 sometimes. And I think like at that level, I'm going to back off a little bit, because I do, now we're seeing Najee's, back in practice in like closer to workout clothes, not wearing the hoodie and all that stuff. So I'm like, maybe he is getting closer. Like he seems to think he's going to get there. I've been playing it like there is a chance that this man is not going to be able to see fully by the start of the season. And I still think that's a chance. Like who knows with an eye how long it's going to take. And even if he can, like Omarion Hampton by then could have just taken the role and run with it. Coach Speak really positive on Omarion Hampton. I was reading through the Coach Speak again on Hampton, and it's like early after they drafted him, Harbaugh's saying like, oh yeah, he's a 3-down back, and like talking about he can play every down. They keep talking about him as a pass catcher too. Like that's one thing that has been a concern with Hampton, particularly on DraftKings, is not like an amazing pass catcher, and in that offense, I think the real issue is that Greg Roman offenses don't pass to running backs all that often. But Harbaugh keeps on talking about Hampton's ability as a pass catcher. He said it over and over. He's really great in the passing game. He's going to really help out Justin Herbert. Herbert, give him somebody to pass to. So I am George Kittle. Yeah, I'm going Kittle here. So I do still love, I lost my train of thought. Still love Omari and Hampton. But then so we went from talking about him like he's a 3-down back. He's a great 3-down back to actually refer to him as, yeah, I think he's a 4-down back. So that's pretty bullish. They talk about Hampton like we can really use him in all situations, which is cool. I am going to look up my highest exposed players on my phone. Cliff coming fast from Mike Evans. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, no one is pulling him up. So it is unique, I'm sure. It's actually, unfortunately, it's possible that he has fallen back to that pick. So like the trio might be there with a better fourth. Zay Flowers, I guess. Cortland Sutton gives me another quarterback out. This one's tough. I'll do it though. All right, let me look up my most exposed, which now you can just enter football contests. You can enter an NFL contest, like a free one for week 1, and now you can see your exposures at all times, which is cool. All right, my highest exposed player, actually I'll do it by position. Quarterback. Wow, I'm flat at quarterback on DraftKings. Brock Purdy, I have 20%. Jordan Love, 18%. Trevor Lawrence, 18%. Jalen Hurts, 16%. Drake May, 15%. Dak Prescott and JJ McCarthy, both 14%. Sad to see that JJ McCarthy is not my highest exposed on DraftKings. He goes so high. He frequently goes in the top 100. You never see that on other sites. So I think I need to up those. Those are rookie numbers. Bashal Tutin at running back. I have 40% Bashal Tutin. So you can see in some of the more controversial running back rooms, you can see clearly where I fall. Bashal Tutin, 40%. Miles Sanders, 35%. RJ Harvey, 32%. Tony Pollard, 32%. DJ Giddens, 24%. Dylan Sampson, 24%. Cam Scatteroo, 20%. Those are all the players that I have above 20%. I do have 18% Jordan Mason, 19% Taj Brooks. Wide receiver, my highest exposed player overall is Jalen Knoll. I have 45%. Pop Douglas, 28%. Romeo Dobbs, 28%. Tet McMillan, 27%. George Pickens, 26%. Josh Palmer, 24%. Jaden Higgins, 20%. Tight end, I have Brock Bowers, 26%. Harold Fannin, 26%. Hunter Henry, 20%. So those are the players that I have 20% plus across the positions. Yeah, Tokyo Swan said, I never hate on getting an elite quarterback early. An awful lot of finals teams have elite quarterback. I think I need to do it more in regular best ball. In some other contests, I really focus on getting elite quarterbacks, because if you just look at like how many points they put up relative to the other quarterbacks, so like the top quarterbacks will put up 420 points, and it's like the quarterback 12 is putting up 220. So they're like separating hugely from some of those later quarterbacks, and you're not going to see that at wide receiver, because literally like the wide receiver 12 is putting up 200 points total. So they're not gapping the players that you get late. So I really do think that there is, like, relative to other players in that like third round, they're separating from others of their position more than others. So I think that the value over replacement for those elite quarterbacks is pretty significant. And you'll see that using the leg up sims pretty frequently. It will tell you to take elite quarterbacks. Now, part of my issue has been I'm really trying to get Omari and Hampton, thinking that if Najee's eye injury is serious, he could end up being a second round player. So I'm taking him at 29, 30, and oftentimes that's when I should be taking Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and I'm telling myself like, well, I can just take them after Omari and Hampton rises, then those guys will become my focus in the third round. But it's also possible that he's just not going to rise. So I think I need to think about taking them more now. All right, Diggs. Anybody else I really like here? I think I'm okay with Diggs. Would have liked Juwan Jennings quite a bit there. But no, I'm good with Diggs. $0% Najee. That's got to feel pretty good right now. Yeah, Mike Evans-Cliff is baked into his price a bit. Yeah, I'm very surprised to see Kittle slide in. I mean, he moved up pretty slowly. All right, we're back on. Not going to take Shakir, I don't think. Could take Godwin. Tempted to take Ibuka, if I'm being honest. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take Ibuka. Which might be a huge overpay. What's his ADP? I think I can do this. I go show drafted. 84. Oh, not that huge of an overpay. I didn't go with Khalil Shakir because I already took Zay Flowers. So I'm already kind of limiting my quarterback outs a little bit. So I just want to make sure that I have enough quarterback outs. I have to go back and forth. So I think I need to get dual monitors. That's what somebody told me, because right now I'm back on StreamYard and I think my screen is frozen for you all. You can't see the draft board moving. So this is something that I think I need to get a second monitor, figure something out, but apologies that I have to step away from chat, go back and forth. I'll pull it up on my phone too. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely in some home leagues that I've been for decades. The ones that I care about the most, actually, yeah, I guess my law school league is decades at this point. The one that that's not the one I care about the most. So the one that I care about the most is probably 8 years old at this point. And then I have a cousins league that's maybe 10, 12 years old. My fantasy baseball leagues I've been in since with some college friends. And I don't pay attention at all. Like I literally don't know who's on my team. Could not tell you one player on my team in an unlimited keeper league for baseball. And I've told them, I think I should just get out of this league because I'm not paying attention to it. Like I'm hindering the league, and they, said they didn't want me to leave, so I stuck around. But probably because I'm free money. Like there's like $25 involved that I'm just giving up. It's an NL only keeper league, not unlimited, 7 to 10 keepers. And I tell myself maybe this year I will pay attention more, but then I don't. I just don't stay on top of baseball enough. FF Doom getting frustrated. What's going on there? Nico Bowers feels pretty good. Oh, you lost out on Omarion and Lamar. I see what's happening. JSN at 42 feels pretty good. Almost got the JMO fall there. Yeah, I see where you're frustrated. Oh, you were gonna take Ibuka. Apologies. I don't think I'm doing Showdown for the Hall of Fame game because I don't know anything about preseason football. I don't pay attention to it. I'll definitely be doing it again for the regular season and playoffs. But yeah, no, I don't think so. Unless somebody who's really knowledgeable about it comes to me and is like, hey, I want to do a show on this. I would think about hosting one with somebody who is the expert, but I haven't played it enough historically to really know what I'm doing with the Hall of Fame game. But yeah, I can't wait to start doing Showdown content again in 5 weeks-ish, something like that. I mentioned it on the show yesterday that I am working on getting some merch, and I'm pretty excited about it. Just got an email back today from, there we go. think Baker's who I want here. Yeah, because I've got 3 bucks. Wait, Godwin is still there? Oh, gosh. Oh, Godwin at 94. That's tough. I feel like if I had taken him, it's like 50-50 I would have gotten Baker, but it also would have been really painful to take Godwin and not get Baker back. That was a tough call. Yeah, so I'm working with a designer who like lives in my neighborhood on just hats, but they sent me back what it would look like. It looks really good, I think. Thinking about making some minor tweaks, but I'm pretty excited about that. Some flannelverse hats. Oh, Godwin, so close. I would have taken him there. I mean, part of the mixing there too at 99. That's a tough call. I don't hate mixing at 99, but I've also got Kittle. I'll take Purdy and avoid the quarterback run. So those should be ready, I think, for NFL season. Yeah, I would have loved to get Godwin back there, to be honest. I think that goes without saying. When you have Baker, getting Godwin at 99 would feel pretty good. But also I made the bet on Egbuka and Evans, which is sort of a bet on like maybe Godwin is kind of hurt. Doesn't get back to the role he was in last year where he was like the alpha on the team prior to getting hurt. So this works too. Got 2 quarterbacks. Not like an amazing start, but also it's okay. 2-2-4-1. Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, George Kittle, Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Emeka Egbuka, Baker Mayfield, and Brock Purdy is the team so far. Nice, yeah. I mean, a nice little fall on Baker here. Slight fall. Billy got sniped on Dak. Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of bucks. I've got 3 skilled players with Baker, but I would have taken it just because it would have been pretty interesting. It is a pretty solid Tampa stack. Yeah, I'm not mad at the team. Yeah, I have not. I still say Ted McMillan because I don't know. Like I need an explainer on is it Tetaroa? I feel like there's an I in there, right? Is there not an I in that name somewhere? Is it just Tetaroa? Because then I can just say that. That's not that difficult. But yeah, painful that I was not able to get my little short video out here. Actually, I'm gonna open that up and open CapCut one more time to see if I can export it here, because it's all ready to go. Export. Now it's letting me. Now I think it's about to let me. Now I'm not going to be able to like listen to it. All right, I think I'm successfully exporting this video. All right. Love it. I mean, I haven't even had a chance to like play it for myself. So, but I might share it anyway. Cannot believe suggesting Brandon Ayuk. Any of these players really before Drake May. I guess Drake May is the week 14 bye. I'm struggling here. I'm going to go Sharps. I'm going to go Drake May. Just going to eat that week 14 bye. Because I've got Diggs. Yeah. Why is it suggesting? Don't I have? I guess I only have 4 receivers, and I did start with 2 running backs. Okay, I see why it's suggesting receiver. All right, Ayuk. I have not been buying the dip on Ayuk. Maybe I'll do it here. I'll do it here. All right, fine. I IKB that one every time, but I've got Brock Purdy on this team. It's a nice little fall. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Ayuk. Maybe I need to read the latest reports again. What are you guys doing with Ayuk? Okay, wait. Okay, I'm catching up on chat here. Oh, he likes T-Mac. Oh, that's easy too. Neil thinks I said it correctly. I mean, I agree with you, Nick. I think it's because it gives you, Nick says Zay without Lamar. I don't know why, but it just doesn't feel like a great pick. I think it is a good pick. Like, I think he's just like, he's going too late for where he should be going. So like his projection, he should be like a mid 4th rounder maybe, and you get him in the 5th round. Right? You get him in the 5th. Yeah. So I think that he is a good value. It's just, he takes away a quarterback out. So I often would rather take T-Mac or George Pickens or somebody where I can take a quarterback later, because by the time Zay's there, Lamar's already off the board. All right, Neil says Tetiroa, not Tetaroa, Tetiroa. What's up, Candyman? Jimmy asks how many slows I'm in across both sites. I think I'm in like 230. It's a lot. It's a bit much. Yeah, I think this is fair. T-Mac doesn't get the nickname yet. It is cross sport, so maybe it's okay. That's funny. Charles says, I am the definition of insanity. I'm clicking the crap out of Pitts, but expecting a different result. Didn't work for those people, but it might work for us. Yeah, I know. Shocked the world by not taking Tootin there. I do this one all the time, Billy. Craft love, just, or Lovecraft. That's it's like a character in a novel, right? It's an easy, like when your quarterbacks don't work out, just take in Love and Tucker Craft. No, DK is not. It's weeks, or round 1 is weeks 1 through 14, round 2 and 15, 3 and 16, and then final and 17. Yeah, I thought it's a good spot to take Ayuk, take the shot there. All right, who do I want with this pick? Did Tootin go? Tootin must have gone. Here, all right, we're suggesting Bird. I don't think I'm going to go tight end here. I usually IKB it here to, I think I need a running back help more. So I'm going to IKB it to Samson with Tootin gone. Goddard goes. There's just enough later tight ends that I like that I don't feel the need to take one here. A lot of pretty nice options here in this range. Those were the two that I wanted. Kincaid and Burden. Burden loses the Q tag. I actually think I probably should have taken Burden with that last pick. Now that he's lost the Q tag, I imagine he's going to move up boards pretty quickly. I've debated, like, I think I'm going to start mixing in Najee. As I mentioned earlier, I think there's a possibility that he starts practicing soon. Got 5 receivers, 3 running backs. I think here, though, I am going to go Christian Kirk. Perhaps foolish. Tank Bigsby went at 133. Has he flipped Tootin in general? I'm glad I went Samson. Kirk at 147 just feels too late. As noted, Jalen Knoll is my highest exposed player. If he does really well, it's probably at Kirk's expense, but we'll see. Okay, Tetaroa. I mean, that I can say. Tetaroa. That many slows also gives me anxiety. That's the life I'm living right now. Oh yeah, H.P. Lovecraft was a writer. Sci-fi writer. I don't think I've read him. I was thinking he might have been a character in a Vonnegut novel. Like what? But I don't know who I'm thinking of. I do not. I've thought about playing Sit and Go, especially after reading the Herzig Rolling Stone article about how many he was doing. I was like, I guess I could just like get volume down there, and that'd be kind of fun. Like actually get a positive ROI in best ball. That would be fun. So yeah, maybe next year. I'm probably not going to do it this year because I've got big plans for a lot of GPPs, and only have so much time. Yeah, Burden game stack. That was the call. That was the right decision. I did not make it. Nick says, I used my DraftKings Millie buy one, get one promo, and after both drafts, I said, yeah, I'm not winning 2 million with these. That's how I'm feeling about this draft. It's not my favorite. Najee 2 rounds past his current ADP. I think that's cool. Yeah. I don't take Najee at 149. Oh, so you did it intentionally. I accidentally did Hampton and Najee on a team, and I hated it at first, and then I kind of grew to be like, you know what? This is probably not that terrible because you're getting him like late enough where like Hampton has not moved up that much, and then you're getting a fall on Najee. So I didn't totally hate it. Because like Najee, he goes at, a handcuff range right now. When he was going at pick 110, tougher pill to swallow. Yeah, I think mixing at 101 is a totally fine price. I have not bought it yet, but I think that's reasonable. I think like around pick 90 is where I can start thinking about him in the right builds, depending on what else is available. All right. Well, Jalen McMillan also continues that bet, but I have too many receivers. All right, I'll do Hunter Henry. Add him onto my stack. I do have 2 week 14 tight ends now. But that's cool. There's plenty that I like late. It wants me to handcuff Bajan, the psychic, with Algier. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm thinking about taking Roshan, but do I really want to take Roshan over Algier? Maybe I changed my mind. I am just going to do it because I don't see. Yeah. I was looking for Nick Chubb. I assume he went. Or did I just not update? Oh, no. Was he available and I just did not update my ranks? Oops. Am I blind? Where is Chubb? He is still there. Right? Maybe not. No, he's a 150 Merrick. Okay, he did go. He must have gone early. Where? Oh, he went at 130. Okay, that's why I was not seeing him. I got him at 179 in the draft last night. Literally yesterday. Which I thought those days were over with Nick Chubb. Happy to get it. Are you a fan of DK, NFL, DFS, or underdog dailies, including Dog Bowl? I primarily play DraftKings. It's the content that I do, so that probably weighs into what I end up playing. It's less time consuming than underdog dailies. So like for me, I'm super busy during NFL season. If I had the time, if I were not doing NFL content, I would probably do both. But I'm pretty happy with just doing DraftKings. It's a lot easier to make a lot of lineups when you can just do it with an optimizer on DraftKings as opposed to drafting. I suspect there's more edge on underdog if you have the time to take advantage of it. But yeah, I mostly just play DraftKings. I think I'm considering Rice at the 4-5 turn now. I think he's like totally fine there. Even maybe before the 4-5 turn, I was kind of waiting for the dust to settle, like to see where he settles. So I have not been really buying the dip, but I think he's starting to settle right around that 4-5 turn, and maybe even late 4th round. I'm okay with taking him. No thoughts on any personal dark horses, or would you rather not share to keep them in the shadows? Somebody asked me last week a player that I think I am on an island on, that I'm like the highest on of anybody I've heard talk about him. That would be Jerome Ford for me. It is just the player that I think he was better than people realized last year. You just look at any of his stats. His explosive run rate was pretty good. Missed tackles forced was fine. If you just look at the basic stats, like yards per carry was 5.4 or something. He was really good in that metric. He has the explosive runs. He's involved in the passing game. To me, he's the kind of player that we really like in fantasy. And the only players he's competing with are 2 rookies, one of whom might not play this year, probably going to miss at least a good chunk of the year in Quinchad Judkins, and then Dylan Sampson, who, we're kind of assuming he's going to be good. I draft Dylan Sampson all the time. Sometimes I'll take them together. I understand it's the Browns, so it's not the most exciting backfield, but Ford was pretty good last year. He had a couple of really good games in the playoff weeks, and I think he could just end up being the starter again this year. So I really like Ford as a bet where he's going in drafts right now. Jarquez Hunter, the drum beat is pretty good. I do take some Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I think I need to take more than I am right now. All right, Brashard Smith, Miles Sanders, Jalen Noel still there. I think I prefer Jarquez Hunter to Brashard Smith. Charles says, Eliminator, don't mind handcuffing the backfield at the right price. You need reliable points, not the nuts. You just have to really be careful with your bye weeks in the Eliminator. But yeah, if you get them at the right price, I think that's fine. Yeah, Chubb was on the I'd say off the board there, but I see what you mean. He was on the draft board that you see. Yeah, a little too high for me also. Bummer. Charles just drafted the $2 million team. We're fighting for $1 million. I'd take it. I'd be fine with it if I just win $1 million. All right, I'm up to 3,562. Eli Mitchell, pretty interesting to me. Now, I don't need to take him here. I moved him up my board to just remember him. So I think I did actually adjust these rankings a few days ago. Taking a lot of DJ Giddens. All right, I guess I could take Brashard Smith here. Will Shipley's there? I think I have a couple week 9 buys already, though. Yeah, I'll do Brashard Smith. A player was just on my screen that I'm not going to say right now because I want to save him for my next pick. But another player that I'm pretty high on. Elijah Arroyo goes at 189 here. He was a player that I was really targeting quite a bit for a little while until I realized he's just not moving up as much as I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to move up to this range, and he seems to be settling in the 16th round. I think he's a strong pick there, but not like a super target for me. Ooh, this is a tough question. Conference championship, Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to go Ravens. Ravens are going to be in the Super Bowl. Do I want to say that the Vikings are going to be in the Super Bowl? I feel like it's... I can't say it. I think I'm hopeful that they might be a contender this year, but they also have a really tough schedule. Essentially a rookie quarterback, so it's pretty unlikely. I mean, the most fun Super Bowl, obviously outside of my Vikings bias, I think would be Ravens Commanders. Just like watching those two quarterbacks, like they're just so fun. Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels. And I don't totally not believe in that as a possibility. Eagles, I mean, are probably the best bet from the NFC. I'll go with that. I think it's going to be Eagles, Commanders in the NFC, Ravens, Bills in the AFC. I think it's going to be Eagles, Ravens, Super Bowl. I think the Ravens finally win one this year. That's my prediction. Is AJ Barner good or bad leverage? I think it's probably good on DraftKings. 20-round drafts. You can afford to take an AJ Barner dart. Because it's definitely possible that he wins out that job and is the tight end one on an offense that wants to pass. I think they want to pass in Seattle. I think they're going to be passing a lot. Or I guess Reynolds would be my... All right, so the player, Tyler Higbee is a player that I think I am higher on than most. Oh, here's a lot of players I really like. I did a thread on my favorite players that don't get drafted every time on DraftKings, or like drafted under 20% of the time. You can see a few of them on the board here. But Tyler Higbee, I think I was pretty scared of him for a while. And then I read the Coach Week Index, and it was like everything the coaches are saying, like, yeah, I think that Ferguson is going to be good someday. Like, he's going to be the heir apparent to Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee is the glue of our offense. Like, they really seem to like Tyler Higbee in Los Angeles. Now, he does have the risk involved with Matthew Stafford. That's kind of a concern lately. Is like, I think probably without Stafford, he's not going to be much. But I think Stafford seems like he's going to be okay. So Higbee as a late round flyer is somebody I like quite a bit. I do need a receiver, don't I? All right, I'm going to queue up Josh Reynolds for the Week 17 game stack. Right, it's Patriots Jets, right? I'm going to give the fine pick regardless, but I think that's right. Yeah, Week 17 times 3, that must be Patriots. Kavontae Turpin is somebody that does not go every draft that I like quite a bit. Tutu Atwell among those. Jordan Whittington actually as a late round dart throw I kind of like. Sean Tucker, another guy that I wrote up. I mean, after the combine, Matthew Berry was suggesting that potentially Sean Tucker could beat out Rachaad White, which is part of the reason I'm a little bit scared of Rachaad White, even as, people are like, he's such a great bet this year. And then it's like, well, what if he just loses his job to Sean Tucker, which based on, Matthew Berry's conversation with people at the combine, it sounded like that's a real possibility. You look at Sean Tucker's stats last year, he was really good last year in very limited sample size. So I don't want to read too much into it, but that combined with some, people suggesting he might win out that running back 2 role, I'm kind of intrigued by Sean Tucker. Yeah, this is. I hope that you're right. Alex Stafford has a back injury label going back to 2011. Man, he'll be the same guy we've always known, in my opinion. I think that's most likely true. Just kind of concerned that he saw a spinal surgeon. He seems like he's fine, like after seeing him, so that's good. Or a spinal specialist, I guess. But yeah, it seems like he's probably fine. I took Stafford unders last year on in my parlays, what do you call them, pick'ems, for the season, because I thought this guy's kind of old, his back is bothering him, probably not going to make it through the year. And then he hit the over so easily. And then I did it again this year. I took unders on Stafford, but I'm overall very hopeful that he's going to play a full season healthily, because I have a ton of the Rams. Kayshon Boutte. I don't think I have a single share of Kayshon Boutte yet. Seems like he's probably one of the third starter there in New England, which seems good. Seems like something I want. Before it's my turn, let me remind you guys, it would be really helpful if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell if you want to get alerts when I go live. I'll be live tomorrow with Justin Herzig at 3 o'clock Eastern. We're going to do Best Ball Mania draft, and then I'll probably do a couple more drafts on my own after he leaves. So yeah, been streaming a lot. I'll be streaming a lot in August. And then, of course, the Showdown shows will resume in September for DFS. Can't wait for that. If you comment under the video, very helpful, etc., etc. You know what to do. Woody Marks went at 180. Seems like a fair spot for him. All right, let's get our first share of Boutte. Wait, how many week 14 buys do I? Only 2. Okay. We're not overlapping that much. Ayuk. Okay, good. Cool. All right, so the final team. At quarterback, I have Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Drake May. Running back, I have Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, Dylan Sampson, Tyler Algier, Jarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith. Wide receivers, I have Mike Evans, Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Emeka Egbuka, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Josh Reynolds, and Kayshon Boutte. Tight end, I have George Kittle, Hunter Henry, and Tyler Higbee. I think that's okay. I think I'm okay with the team. A little bit weak at wide receiver. But if Brandon Ayuk ends up playing, more than half the season and playing well, that's my concern with Ayuk is that he might miss some time and then also need some time to ramp up after he comes back. So he's just going to be lost for a good chunk of the season. So I don't take a ton, but he could be better than I'm expecting. Also, this team, it would be helpful if Chris Godwin is not healthy for the full season. We get a little bit of Egbuka performing well early and often, along with Evans. But yeah, overall 3-6-8-3, probably my most common build on DraftKings. I think feel pretty good about it. All right, let's see. Taj, always a good late round pick. That's funny. Charles says, I took the under on flannel streaming all 150 BBMs on stream, old back ban. You're right. And I did not, and I'm not going, I guess I'm not going to, because I've done some off stream. It was not the best draft room. Some abnormal drafters. I felt okay about it though. Maybe I just got in a lucky spot where like the stacks I needed came to me. Agree with this. From VDF says you should get a therapist if you don't hit the like button. That is true. 2882 definitely can work out if you've got the right one. Neil, don't do it. Don't abandon me like that. Neil says I'll probably change my mind once season starts, but thinking about skipping showdowns this year. I've been crushing in showdowns the past 2 years. You're getting crushed in showdowns. You can also do flash drafts, which I've done some like how-to on flash drafts. Maybe I need to do a flash draft, but that's a way if you want to like minimize your variance and still like get excited about those island slates. I love flash drafts. It's kind of a way that's like even on bad showdown slates, sometimes I'll win money because the flash drafts you can just they're I think the easiest way to make money, like the most consistent. Obviously not like I don't make it every game, but like month over month I feel like it's pretty rare that I don't make money on flash drafts. So that's the thing you consider if you just want to enjoy the island games, but you're not having success at showdown. But showdown is just like there's huge peaks and valleys. So yeah, it's you can go a full year without making money, and it's not that uncommon. All right, let's see. Billy says I have the right one. Feel free to take a look at the 5 spot. All right, I'll look at your 2882. So Billy has that quarterback. I'm just gonna go from the top. All right, Billy goes CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Omarion Hampton at 29. That's not bad. George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Juwan Jennings, Isaiah Pacheco, Evan Ingram, Joe Mixon, Tucker Kraft, Jordan Love, Cameron Ward. There's another one I got it correct. Cameron Ward, Najee Harris, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Wright, Michael Wilson, De'Ami Brown, Keaton Mitchell, Raheem Mostert, and Shamari DK. So you've got do you have a double stack there with Ridley and DK? Yes, you do. For Ward, you've got Love with Kraft and Dobbs. That's a fun team. I mean, I don't know that I would call this the right one, where your quarterback room is Jordan Love and Cameron Ward. Like that's normally not the ideal quarterback room for a 2 quarterback build, but it could work. I think overall this is a good enough team. Could be competitive. I like it. All right. Should we move on to another draft? Are you guys ready? You guys ready for a second draft? Let's get into it. All right, I'm in. Are you in? Let's see here. All right, we are full. Got the 4 spot. Again, not my favorite. I like it better than 3. Just a little bit more likely to get a faller that I like at 21. Still not guaranteed by any stretch. Should I make my slow draft pick now? On the clock at 34. Omarion Hampton is there. Omarion Hampton is the pick. Love it. Okay. Good to see that. All right, back to our draft. Let's see the board. Who's in here? Anybody? Vic David's in here. Billy not in this one. Anybody else? I don't think it's any of the... Nobody who was in the last one. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I thought about running my new going to the bathroom video just for the heck of it. But it's 2 minutes long. I figured that was enough time to get myself to go to the bathroom and come back for a little break between drafts. And it was not uploaded yet, so I didn't have time to do it between these 2 drafts. What's up, C Money? Good to see you. Yeah, please do like the stream. It's very helpful. If you could only take one first-round player in every draft, who would you take? That's a good question. Is it Justin Jefferson just for like the fun factor for me, watching the Vikings games, cheering for my team? It's either Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, pretty clearly, I think. Because Chase, I do think, is, 60 to 40 odds of outscoring Jefferson this year. It's got Joe Burrow, bad defense, all that, all things going for Chase. I'm going to go CD here. Who's more likely to fall back to me? Yeah, I'm going to go CD. I think I'm more likely to like my 2v2 if I go CD, because I'm concerned if I go Saquon, then it's going to be Bucky coming back to me, and I'm going to have 2 week 9 buys at running back and just hate the start. It's tough to let Barkley fall to the 1.5, but it's been happening often enough that I get Barkley at the 1.5. I've gotten him at the 1.7, I think, recently. So I think I'm going to get enough Barkley, even without taking him every time here. Chase or CD. It's probably Jamar Chase to me. Yeah, Jamar, Bengals, he could be worse. I pay attention to the bye weeks. It's true. But it's just like a tiebreaker there. I do take Saquon instead of CD pretty frequently there. But there are so many later running backs that I really like. I'm not going as much like 0 RB this year. Trying to get more running backs, but picking my spots. And Saquon, pretty good spot to pick, to be fair, but just not doing it every time. I feel like the group of players that I kind of feel is a flat tier here, like starting with, so I think this is one tier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's one tier. I think that the tier that starts after the top 6 to me goes like to pick 19 maybe. And so far, nobody has strayed from that tier. I think this is all, these players I consider all to be one tier. McCaffrey, Genty, Neighbors, Puka Nacua, Monroe St. Brown, Devin Achane, Nico Collins, BTJ. There are at least 3 more in this tier, maybe 4. 5, 6. I think it actually, the tier might actually get to 21. We'll see when it gets to me. It's before Bucky, but I don't consider Bucky part of this tier. But where it's like, it's a tier in part because it's not consistent in how people draft it. Like there are people who are like, it's Puka every time, it's CMC every time. Like everybody has their different preferences. So it's like the top 6 is like everybody has their different preferences within those top 6. And then there's a full tier after that. That to me is like somebody might reach and take Derrick Henry in the first round. AJ Brown, maybe people don't really take AJ Brown, Drake London in that first round. But there are players that I'm not mad to get in the second round either. So Josh Allen is not part of that tier. So no, I think am definitely going to get, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So Ladd is part of that tier for me. Yep. Okay. So pick 21. All right. Brock Bowers, I do consider part of that tier. So I needed two players to go to reach a little bit, JT and Josh Allen, to be able to get one of the players that I like in this spot. So happy to get Brock Bowers here. Not that I'm like upset to get Bucky Irving, but just like he's there every time. So I don't think he's part of that tier because nobody's ever taking Bucky Irving at 19, or at least it's not very common. So this is what I got Bowers, but only because Taylor and Allen both went. A lot of the time comes back to me and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll take Bucky Irving, Tyreek Hill sometimes, and I'm just not really happy with it. All right, after I make my pick, I'll come back to chat. Bucky at 24 feels nice when I can get him there. But I kind of like Bucky, Jacobs to me, they're in the same tier. Jonathan Taylor's in that tier. Chase Brown. So I'd rather like have the board choose for me who I get from that tier when it's all one giant tier to me. Like this went perfectly for me. Bowers to me was the end of that tier. It was just the one remaining guy. Perfect. I'll take that guy. James Cook at 26. Look at Falco. Bijan, Josh Jacobs, James Cook. All right, I was glad McBride went there because I have Brock Bowers. But I'm going to take Lamar Jackson. I talked about trying to get more of the elites. I'm going to do it here. I'm going Lamar. All right, I'm going to go back to chat. Yeah, Go Easy Cars is eliminator bye week bro all the way, but in this type of format, don't really care. It's less of a factor for me now than it was last year, but still like a slight factor. Bengals D, yeah, will probably be worse than the Vikes. I agree. I mean, Billy says you got to lean into the variance on DraftKings, roll with Saquon and see who falls back, but also like don't feel that much better about Saquon than CeeDee Lamb. Like I think that they're pretty, both could be the top player at their position. Would not be shocking. In full PPR, I think it's closer between those two than half PPR. This is Saquon. Tyreek is a good start in his opinion. Yeah, it just doesn't excite me. It's there every time. If you want it, you can get it anytime you want it. I mean, not every draft, but like if you get Saquon, you can almost always get Tyreek to come back. See, I disagree with this. He says Tyreek versus CD isn't as far as Saquon versus Bucky. I think we could see a little bit of regression for Tyreek and for Saquon. So I think I see the players a little bit differently than you there. Okay, you see Tyreek as part of that top tier. I mean, he could be. Like he smashed 2 years ago. I'm too concerned about that offense. So to me, it's not like I'm not anti Tyreek Hill. I just feel like there are a lot of ways it can fail. The number one being obviously he gets hurt. His motivation has been a little bit iffy. It's like doesn't get along with the team that well. So I think that's a kind of a concern that later in the year when you really need him, if the team's not doing well, he might say, oh, I have a hamstring injury, I have a quad injury, whatever, like might just not be quite motivated to go all out for you if the team isn't doing well. There's also the Tua injury concern. We've seen how bad he is. Anytime Tua misses time, Tyreek Hill is just not that great. They get Zach Wilson as their backup quarterback this year. I just feel like there are a lot of ways that Tyreek can fail. There is obviously if he stays healthy and Tua stays healthy, they're probably going to be good. But also we saw them, he was healthy, Tyreek, every game last year. And he was better in games with Tua, but still didn't like absolutely smash. So I don't know. It's not the surest thing in my opinion. Yeah, I'm just going to get the stack here. Oh, Falco is on auto draft. After taking James Cook in the last round. And DK Bauer sometimes falls to the third. Yeah, I have not gotten it. Billy says he hasn't got it. I haven't either. But I'll take mostly like I'm not going to get it because I'm just going to take him most of the time when he comes here. I guess there are times when I take Lad over him, so I could see it happen when I go Lad. Sometimes maybe he could fall. I've got some nice McBride falls, which feels pretty good. On the clock at 52. I think I would rather go. Where's Kenneth Walker? Is he gone? Did I miss it? No, he's there. Get my first running back. I do really like Tetaroa. Do really like T-Mac. I guess I only have 2 receivers too. So I could have done that instead. Kenneth Walker, I think, is moving up boards. So happy to get him there. A lot of nice picks available there, to be honest. Yeah, non-stream drafts are a little bit easier in general. Yeah, this is a hard thing for me also. Neil says there's so many Bengal stacks from the team that's at the 101. I wonder if it's worth chasing someone other than Chase at number 1. Yeah, possibly, or you just take a different, 2-3 turn, because you get Chase and then it's like you can get Higgins or Chase Brown. You can get Trey McBride, you can get Marvin Harrison, and then people do mix those in quite a bit. So I think we're going to see a lot of those combos for that Week 17 game stack. But I don't think that means you want to necessarily. I mean, no issue if you want to go somebody other than Chase at the 101. But You can also just switch up what you're doing at the 2-3 turn instead. Yeah, this is a Anchor RB. What's up, Steph? Good to see you. I'm liking the start. I guess I'm almost on the clock, so I won't read it off yet. Happy with either of these. Receiver options. Jennings goes. I'll go Olave. Jennings my slight preference between those two, but Olave, pretty good pick too. So I am at CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Kenneth Walker, Chris Olave so far. 1-1-3-1. Looks like Falco no longer on auto draft. Chase, Bucky, or Jacobs, Higgins, 2-3 turn, and Burrow with 4-5 turn is probably the most owned combo, right? Chase, Bucky. I think Trey McBride. I mean, we actually have that data. I believe as of June 27th, which is the last time DraftKings gave their data, I looked up the most owned 3-man combo, and it was Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, T. Higgins. That 3-man combo, of all 3-man combos in all of DraftKings, that one was the most drafted together. Could have shifted since then, but my guess is that it's still that trio. Godwin at 99 in the last one. All right, Diggs. Sure. The old leg up guys tell me to draft Patriots. Is that Steph's fault? She's not at the top of the pecking order, people that I blame. It's got to go Parain, Sack, Shady, Steph. I think those are the people I blame in order for my Patriots exposures, or give credit to, however you want to phrase it. As a loyal Sidekick user. And I probably IKB it less when I'm slow drafting than fast drafting. Because in slow drafts, sometimes I'll wake up and be on the clock in 40 drafts, and then I'm not going to spend more than 30 seconds per pick on average. Yeah. All right. That's what I figured. I mean, everybody at leg up, you're required to be somewhat of a Drake May slappy. But you don't actually do the inputs for the Sidekick. I don't think. You're not involved in the rankings. But honestly, I'm not mad at my Patriots rankings. I think Diggs seems like a pretty good bet. But May, to me, like, especially on DraftKings, he will fall quite a bit. He's just a really strong pick where he goes on DraftKings. On Underdog, you get more slappies, so you get him to, he rises up a little bit more, but I've seen May go at like in the 140s on DraftKings. And then I think Pop Douglas is just a great pick. I'm not sure about Kyle Williams yet. I think Kayshon Boutte, he was suggested to me in the last draft in like the final round. I'm open to that. Hunter Henry, I think, is a pretty good pick. So generally, I think I'm okay with the Patriots thing. Concerned a little bit that Drake May might not run as much this year. Don't love that he's saying that. Hagbuka at 83 in this one. A little bit of a fall. Okay, yeah. I knew you were involved in the dynasty rankings, but 102 did a decent job catching up a wide receiver after going 3 RB start. Let's see. Yeah, so they started with Bijan, Jacobs, James Cook. Then they go Cortland Sutton, Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin. Yeah, that could work out. Aaron Jones I will take before Jordan Mason on DraftKings. Nice little fall here. Would have been nice to get one of the Green Bay receivers with my Baltimore stack, but I mean, I'd rather have Aaron Jones at 93. I thought about this morning, I had the idea to maybe do a thread on Twitter about what I'm doing with all of the running back injury situations, with Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, Quinshon Judkins with Dylan Sampson, and Jerome Ford. What are the other ones? There's at least one more. Regardless, my hottest take was just don't draft Quinshon Judkins. Like, I think he's a pretty big fade right now. And then I saw 3 different tweets today from other people saying, I think you shouldn't even consider drafting Quinshon Judkins right now. So I decided it wasn't worth it because my other takes are a little bit more lukewarm. So then what's the point? Jaden Higgins at 95 in this one. I like that. Judkins at 96. Okay. You enjoy that. Who's the other? Oh, Najee and Hampton. That's the third one that I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, I have not taken Judkins in a like standard best ball draft in a bit. I'm pretty concerned about his playing at all this year, and even like the coaches have been like, we'll see. I'm cautiously, one of the coaches said, I'm cautiously optimistic that he will play for the Browns. I mean, that's not a huge like, yeah, oh, of course he's going to play. He was our draft pick. Cautiously optimistic. I'm IKB in this one, I think. Yep. I'm not really even factoring in the Isaiah likely injury of that one. Just I have Lamar Jackson, like the little double stack there. Not a huge fan. I draft some Jaylen Warren. Just not really buying into that offense that much. It's a fair point. Walter Burden says, I think you should just tweet the takeout. You're trying to get attention in an echo chamber. Might as well embrace it. Yeah, I guess it is true that like every take you have, like somebody else is going to have it. So I should just probably tweet out my opinions, and like other than just when I think I have a really unique opinion. Yeah, I don't use Twitter the way some people do. Like I'm not as active in trying to grow my Twitter, which is funny because I feel like I'm super active on Twitter. Less so now than I was like 2 years ago, but it's just I feel like the functionality is so bad of Twitter these days. I think it's kind of gone down the crapper to some extent. So I'm not as active as I once was. But that was a conversation that we had back when I was at Stochastic, when there was a while they were asking us to tweet out like all of our content all the time, do Twitter threads. Like it was just like a lot. And we were all like, we're going to be obnoxious to people on Twitter. And we were kind of told like, you think that that's true, but everybody doesn't see everything that you tweet. So like, it is true. I look at some other content creators who tweet out just like stream of consciousness, like 80 tweets a day, just like a random thought on a player. Like, I think this guy's a great value. And it's oftentimes like super condescending stuff too. Just like people trying to build their stuff. I don't know. I just can't get myself to do that. Exactly. But yeah, I should just do like, that would have been not that obnoxious. It's just like seeing it so many people all on the same day tweeting the same thing. I was like, all right, I don't need to put this out there. It's getting to be the general consensus. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, man, it seems like all the rankings still have Quinshot Judkins around pick 100. I'm not clicking him there at all. Maybe this is worth tweeting out. And then it's like, oh, everybody's tweeting this at the same time. All right, I thought about taking J.K. Dobbins with my last pick. Pretty good value here. Mr. Grapefruit says, I like that, Neil. Is that the Fantasy Network Theo Greminger is now a part of? Yes, it is. Yeah, Theo just recently joined Fantasy Points this offseason. It's Scott Barrett is CEO, so I do the Saturday show with Scott every outside the box during DFS season. I do a lot of content with and for Fantasy Points. Did the UFL breakdown with Jake Tribby for Fantasy Points. I do actually, I don't know for sure that we're doing it again this year, but I did a cage match show last year with Jake Tribby on Wednesday nights on the Fantasy Points YouTube. I write Showdown stuff for them, so I'm pretty involved with Fantasy Points. They do. They have the data suite, which is super useful. A lot of really good content there as well. All right, 1, 3, 4, 2. What do I have for stacks? Drake May went at 106. Aaron Jones. Olave for later. I think I'm doing back stacks here. Yeah, Dak went before my pick. Oh, I guess he went after my pick. I could have taken a 100. Got the Las Vegas out later. All right, we'll do Ramondre. Twitter is just adult brain rot with bots. That is very true. I liked it better a few years ago, but it's gotten just so bad. Love Theo's work. Mr. Grayford says, I got to look into Fantasy Points more overall. Great contributors. You guys all are. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, they have a lot of really great contributors, a lot of employees that do great work. Worth looking into. We've got different packages for different levels. I love the data suite, but obviously if you have a real job where you don't want to spend a ton of time in the data suite digging into advanced stats, they just have a premium content option as well, where you can just read the articles that other people have put out. That's a fun double click. Kirk and Stroud in the 11th and 12th round. He already had 2 quarterbacks, though. Still don't hate it. Burden at 137. I think his ADP is going to start moving. I thought about taking him with my last pick. All right, it's me again. I'm once again going to take Dylan Sampson. Oh, we got 2 on auto right now. Hopefully they have good rank set. Actually, hopefully they have bad rank set, if I'm being real. Kincaid, pretty good pick. Najee Harris, Javonte, and Jack Besh. All right, I feel like I survived that okay. Probably can't afford to push quarterback here. Super tempted with Tootin there. Could I? I've got Lamar. Yeah, this is tough. Probably not. Really hard to pass on Tootin there, though. On a Lamar team, would you double tap tight ends? I don't think so. Like I'm only taking 3 tight ends. I guess I do sometimes do double up the bye week, so I guess you could. I haven't done a ton of likely. Actually, I take it back. Maybe I would occasionally. It would not be the most common thing for me. Maybe 1 out of every 20 Lamar teams I'll consider doing the double tap if things just happen to fall where I get Mark Andrews and then likely falls to me in the right spot. I would consider it. But what's up, Wookie? Yeah, falling Tootin. It was really difficult for me to not take him. Do it. Yeah, I know. A-Rich, that is true, and I don't have a ton of A-Rich. Maybe I should have done it. Goes at 155 here. To the ETN team. Little handcuff there. Chubb goes at 114. I thought he went way too early in the last one. He goes at 114 in this one. Thielen went at 103. Okay. Is this team... No, they're not. So they go McCaffrey, Josh Allen, Laporta, McLaurin, Addison. That's all. Njoku pretty early. Yeah, it's am I on the clock? I am on the clock. Yeah, kind of like Wandale in full PPR. Ford is there. Should I be taking more Jadon Blue? Like, is this one of those spots where I should just take... I'm going to go Wandale. Because I like a lot of these running backs. I feel like I'm not going to be that upset when they go. Oops. Oh, I should have factored in that everybody's on auto pick there and looked at the ADPs. That would have been the better approach. Really on there too. Yeah, that was a brain fart. What I really need to do is just look at the ADPs. All right. How many week 9 buys do I have? That running back. It's not 9. That's not 9. I've been doing the double tap, which might be foolish to double tap Brown's running backs. But I think it's pretty likely I'm getting a starting running back when I take Sampson and Ford together. So I'm now at 2-6-5-2. I have CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Kenneth Walker, Chris Olave, Stephon Diggs, Aaron Jones, Mark Andrews, J.K. Dobbins, Ramondre Stevenson, Dylan Sampson, Bryce Young, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Jerome Ford. Maybe should have just gone with Jadon Blue there. I don't have a ton, but again, I'm trying to make the bet on Jerome Ford. Clearly, I like him better than most. Yeah, for me, it's actually Jahmyr Gibbs. I think I get the least. I think it's just because I have him ranked 6th, like the back of that tier, and a lot of people take him ahead of that. So it's like I only get him if I have the 6th pick, and like nobody lets him go beyond that tier, or it's rare that they do. So I basically only get Jahmyr Gibbs when I have the 6th pick, and nobody else has him as better than the 6th or wants him before that. So I probably only have like 3% Gibbs. I do think I probably need to just change that, particularly on DraftKings. Like I think his upside is as good as just about, as good as anybody. He could be the RB1 pretty clearly, especially if anything happened to Dave Montgomery. So I think that's something I need to rectify. But yeah, currently I have 2% Jahmyr Gibbs. It is tough for me to justify Gibbs over Saquon, Bijan. No, it's not. It's really not. I really probably need to just do it a little bit more. Like nobody would be shocked if he's the RB1 this year. Even if Montgomery stays healthy, to be honest. And if Montgomery gets hurt, it's almost the expectation. All right, I'll do Michael Wilson. This is why I have so much Jalen Noel. Didn't take him with the last pick. He's still likely to come back to me at 196. I assume the bigger issue is with Gibbs. I always take Gibbs over CMC. Personally, I still don't get a ton though. Mr. European, I'm not that concerned about Justin Jefferson's injury. I think KOC came out and said I'm expecting him to be ready for week 1. I think it's just a matter of veteran. Like they don't really need him out there practicing right now, so they're just taking it really easy on him. Obviously, there's always worry with hamstring that it could re-aggravate. But I think he's probably fine. I think it's probably just he's a veteran, doesn't really need to be out there right now, so they're letting him rest it. Yeah, Puka with London, pretty easy pairing. I have a lot of it, so I'm starting to think, well, maybe I need to just start working in some other things because I have so much. But it is a fun one. Mr. Grafer says, I was avoiding Puka in the first one with Amon-Ra, Lamb, and big board season, then CMC, Genty, Neighbors now. Adams is an awesome player. I think he'll be a huge target in the end zone for Stafford. Just seems like Puka's upside is more capped with Adams versus Wash Cup. I think they could both be very good. Like I think the offense is condensed enough that both Puka and Adams could pay off their current ADPs, with Puka being like 8th overall, Adams being 30th or whatever he is. I think it's plausible that they can both pay off. Could take Tyler Shuck. All right, I actually want Woody Marks. I don't have a ton. Didn't really need another running back. Not often I take 7. I think I have naked Bryce Young right now. I guess could throw in a JT Sanders. Is Coker still here? Coker's still there. All right, Coker the suggested. If I take one of them by the sidekick, or I could just let it ride and take one later. Not that excited about Boutte though. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with Coker. There's Debro. More Rashard Smith, damn it. I took him in the last draft just for you. But who do you choose when it's between Rashard Smith and Jarquez Hunter? They're both on the board. Who do we take, Debro? Smith over Hunter. That sort of surprised me. I thought you were higher on Jarquez, Debro. Jalen Royals is free. Austin Hooper. I have not taken a share of Austin Hooper. Interesting. Jalen Royals is free, but the problem is, like, is he going to be good during the playoff weeks? I mean, you're citing Rashee Rice being missing time, but like Rashee Rice is going to come back. I don't know. Hollywood is never fine. Yeah. Hampton moving up quickly. I've been buying as he moves up. Packing my bags. I need to figure out what I'm doing tonight because my softball team is playing. I can't play because I've got a strained, possibly torn calf. But I had told them that I'll go to, they're in the playoffs now. I had told them I'll probably go to some games. So I could go this week. I could go next week. It's not that fun to go when you can't play, like uncomfortable benches. But then also trivia is tonight, which is also fun. So I have to figure out what I'm doing tonight. So I might take a break, throw on my little video. I'm debating if I'm going to come back or I'm just going to end the video here. Exactly right. Mr. Rivers says, strain your calf, putting the team on your back. I mean, as the pitcher, I always feel that way. All right, who do I want? Is Royals here? Did he go? If he's here, I'll take him, D-Bro. He's gone. He's gone. Josh Reynolds is the pick. All right, we got Josh Reynolds. Maybe if I thought about it more, I would have gone with Turpin or Tutu Atwell. Those are two that I also like. I probably could DH, but I also like it's bad enough that I don't think I can run to first. So yeah. All right. VDF wants me to judge his draft. I'll do that. First, I'll read off my own team. So I go 2-7-9-2. Very, very unique build for me. But I go CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Kenneth Walker, Chris Olave, Stephon Diggs, Aaron Jones, Mark Andrews, J.K. Dobbins, Ramondre Stevenson, Dylan Sampson, Bryce Young, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jerome Ford, Michael Wilson, Jalen Knoll, Woody Marks, Jalen Coker, and Josh Reynolds. VDF goes Puka Nacua, Drake London, so he's got that week 17 game stack right away. George Kittle, George Pickens, Trevion Henderson, RJ Harvey, Caleb Johnson, Josh Downs, Drake May, Keon Coleman, Michael Penix, Kyle Williams, Matthew Stafford, Hunter Henry, Dante Thornton, Miles Sanders, DJ Giddens, Taj Brooks, Tyler Higbee, and Ray McLeod in the 20. That's an interesting. I've not taken a ton of Ray, but I don't hate that. So Stafford, Penix, and May, and it's stacked up, so that's nice. All right, so May, Stafford, and Penix. So you've got Puka Nacua and Drake London both stacked up right away. May, you go with Kyle Williams and Hunter Henry. Tyler Higbee, yeah, it's nice. And Ray McLeod, very, very nicely correlated team all around. It is a 3-6-8-3, very, very common. Looks like good, draft capital allocation. 3 wide receivers in the first 4 rounds. Get Kittle in there, so you got an elite tight end. Then you start hammering 3 straight rookie running backs. Go with the mid-round quarterbacks. This all looks good. I like it. All right, I'm going to let you guys continue talking. I'm going to think about whether I want to do another draft and maybe respond to some people. And in the meantime, I'm going to throw the video on. I have not played it since exporting it, so the audio might be horrible here. It's not really like the best finished product. I think it's kind of thrown together over the past couple days. But I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play my video. I'll be back in 3 minutes maybe. This is a Piss Boys Piss Break.
It wasn't inside the opening. This is the speedy man, Xavier Worthy, the fastest man to the end zone right away.
You know what's cooler than 2 wide receivers through 2 rounds? 3 wide receivers through 3 rounds.
Mahomes fires. Running. It's Xavier again.
I had an accident.
It is Reed on the jet sweep. Reed showing off the speed inside the 20. He could go, and he will. With time, lofts it over the top. Brown's got it. There goes A.J. Brown. Blinding speed.
Hey, look, everybody. Billy peed his pants.
Lob to the end zone. Watson spins his way for the touchdown.
Murray in trouble. Murray toward the back of the end zone. Caught. Michael Wilson.
Of course I peed my pants. Everybody my age pees their pants. It's the coolest.
The backfield. Allen toward the end zone. Caught. Touchdown Bills. Mac Collins. Allen zips it to his left. Shakir dancing to the 5. Spins toward the goal line.
You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
Coming, Richardson slips. Now he's airing it out deep down the field for Pierce. Pierce, touchdown! Stroud on the slant. He's got Diggs, who's got a touchdown.
Hey man, Ernie pees pants too. All right.
Caught by Ashton Doolin. He's got room to run. Doolin at the 10, 5, touchdown!
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
4th and goal. Stroud throws. Caught, touchdown! Stephon Diggs.
Greg, why don't you go piss your pants again?
To the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. The rookie.
That was like 8 years ago, asshole.
He's got Hill. Foot race. Driving. That is 6.
People don't forget.
Pocket. Carr going deep. Rasheed. He's got him. Shaheed. He's into the end zone.
This is a Piss Boys Piss Break.
It wasn't inside the opening. This is the speedy man. Xavier Worthy. The fastest man to the end zone right away.
You know what's cooler than 2 wide receivers through 2 rounds? 3 wide receivers through 3 rounds.
Mahomes fires. Running.
All right, what do we think? What do we think? Loving the video. Okay, good. At least one person enjoys the video. All right. That's funny. We appreciate it. A-Rich's only completion as an NFL quarterback. So to be honest, these are all just, that video is all just week 1 wide receivers from an early part of week 1. So did not even get to Vikings in there. I was planning on doing some more editing, adding some other videos in there, but I just went through it and cut out, found some good wide receiver touchdown clips from early in the season, which is part of the reason. Yeah, it's not the most. I think it probably should just be like fantasy relevant wide receivers, but wanted to get something out there. All right. Do we do one more? How are we feeling? Do people want to do another draft? What do you think? How are we doing for likes? All right, I'm gonna look at the likes number. Have you guys liked the video? Where do I find this? My own video not even showing up on my. Okay. We're at 41 likes. We can get to 50 likes by 5:05. Then I'll do another draft. How's that? That's funny. Chris says these drafts aren't going to draft themselves. Get going. Fair. Ooh, that's a good idea. Have your editor do recap videos on previous week for a pee break for the NFL season. The issue is I am my editor, and that's a lot of work. Maybe I need to hire an editor. That is something I should consider. Billy's already maxed out on likes. Walter says he needs to log into his burner. No, we're not going to get there because people are not going to. We don't have enough people to like the video. The people who are here, we're not adding people right now. Yeah, I could hire one. That is fair. I know a couple, but they're the people that Davis and Pete use, and I think they keep him pretty busy. But I could check in. Davis has an editor. He doesn't do his own editing. He does some. He actually recommended CapCut to me, but I think he usually, like for a lot of his videos, hires out somebody, as does Pete. I'm clearly, and it's sort of fun. Like I sort of enjoy putting together this video. I think if I get the hang of it, I might enjoy doing it myself, but maybe not during NFL season because I'll be too busy. Like I said, that short little video took me a few hours, I think. Maybe less than a few hours. I don't know. But it's not like super high quality. I didn't go and find all the best clips that I want to add to it. All right, guys, like the video. Let's get this to 50 and do a third draft. We're stuck at 44. I don't know if we're getting there. I haven't liked my own video. All right, I gave myself 45. We're getting close. But I'm not sure we're going to get there. If the clock hits 5:06 and I'm not at 50, I'm done. I'll be back tomorrow with Justin Herzig. Also, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to get alerts when I go live. All of that is very much appreciated. Chris, up to 100. You're trying to compete with me, Chris? I'm at 230 across both sites. I think I'm still at 230. All right, we're still at 505. We're so close, guys. We're at 48, 49. Are we going to get to 50 before 5:06? I'm going to do one final refresh when we get to 5:06. Oh, it's 5:06. All right, here we go. 49. We're not doing it. We're done. We're done drafting on the channel. All right, I'll be back tomorrow at 3 Eastern with Justin Herzig. I'll probably do 3 drafts again tomorrow. I guess I only did 2 today, but I'll be doing 1 with Justin, probably 2 more on my own after he's out. I'll probably do another draft at some point after on Thursday or Friday. Haven't figured out exactly when yet, but I'll be back. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then.